Hey, hi, hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess, and this may say the mid-year tag, but it's actually not going to be the tag because I'm too lazy to look it up, and I just feel like obviously it's the same questions and I just haven't read as much, so I just wanted to just kind of go over my reading, how it's been so far this year. And that's my mid-year check-in. Is it a little late? Mind your business, it's here. Better late than never, right? So I'm just gonna pull up my Goodreads, which has not been good to me, but that's not that point here, and look through the books that I've read and just talk about highs and lows, any standouts, and hopes for the rest of the year. You know, low key. So let's, shall we? We shall. Excuse me. Okay, I read 40 books this year, which is, whoa, I read that wrong. I read 25 of 40 books. That was my goal. I was about to say, hold up, that's a lot. So I've read 25. Actually, this is incorrect because I didn't update a book I read. No, this is correct. Is this correct? Okay, we're just gonna say this correct. I am not good at this anymore. 25 books this year, which is obviously less than I read last year, but more than I thought I would be able to get to because it has been a stressful year thus far. The job, going back to a full-time job after 3 years of, you know, just essentially working for myself, doing YouTube, and still trying to do YouTube in addition to the job and things and life and adulting, womp. But 25 is still really great, so proud of myself there. And that's not how many books I've started, because I have DNF'd quite a few. No shame, and that's gonna be a separate video of all the books I've DNF'd so far this year. I think I would make Heather proud if she's watching. So I did, let's see, I did this year read my first manga, so like ever. I've never read manga before, so that's a highlight of this year. And so far I've read 5 volumes of Spy Family, which I've really had a good time with. They're very fun. He's a spy, and his next mission, or his newest mission that we're following him on, he needs a family. So he needs a wife and he needs a child, and he acquires both of those things, but they may not be exactly who they seem. And it's like following their adventures, and of course him trying to hide who he really is, them trying to hide who they are, and it's just a good time. And I need to continue. I think there's 9 volumes out right now, so I just, you know, my mood has been so shifty, like it changes in minutes, I swear. So that's been a real highlight this year. I obviously, I'll start with highlights then. Other highlights have been Lowlights was really good. That was a book that someone sent me as a gift, and I had been eyeing it for a while, and I'm glad that I read it. I think it was like patron chose me to read that one, and that I really enjoyed that story, and also just the physical book, like the quality of the book is just super nice. But that is by an Indigenous author, and it's like a whodunit, like a young adult whodunit, but with like Indigenous traditions and like mythology in there. I don't know if that's the correct phrasing, but I really enjoyed that one. I love the family aspect and the friendship between Lowlights and her friend. I forgot his name, but that was a standout for me this year. Also, I would say that I'm glad that I finally got to The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. I want to say it's a standout, and I enjoyed it, but I always feel so confused on the wording to use when you read something that's like so sad and heartbreaking and like a lot of injustice, which is the story of Henrietta Lacks' life and her family. But I'm just glad that I finally read the story and got to learn about her and her family, and it just really, I mean, I flew through it. I rarely read nonfiction that fast. I read it in like 2 days. It was, I don't know what happened. But yeah, if it's been eyeing you and yourself, I highly recommend it. I did a hybrid read with the audiobook and the physical. If you were thinking about reading The Immortal Life Henrietta Lacks and you've had it on your shelf or you're thinking about borrowing it, I think you should pick it up and just be prepared. You know, just be aware. It's not going to be a happy, good time at all. Some other highs I've had was finally reading, getting to the prequel series for Rhaenyra, however you want to pronounce it. I say Rhaenyra, it's probably not right, by Michael J. Sullivan. So I feel like I've talked a lot about Rhaenyra Revelations here. I don't know. I read them before I started my channel, and I haven't reread them. I've only reread maybe the first one. I listened to the audiobook, and I was going to listen to all of them, and then I didn't. But I finally started the prequel series to that. So all of Michael J. Sullivan's books have basically been going in reverse order. So we have like the Rhaenyra Revelations, and then we have the Chronicles, which is before the Revelations, and then you have the Age of Myth, which is like super history, and then we have his new one that's like super history. So I love the Revelations, and so far the first two of the Chronicles I loved as well. And it's just so fun seeing Royce and Hadrian get together as the dynamic duo that they are. If you don't know, Royce and Hadrian are the best bromance that ever existed, but they're a thieving pair. And Royce is very cutthroat, doesn't want to ask questions. Just if you misstep or you seem untrustworthy, you're gonna die. And Hadrian is very chivalrous and wants to give people the benefit of the doubt. And they're a hilarious pair. It's so good. Some of my favorite characters ever. And Chronicles is not letting me down. So I hope to continue with these this year so that I can finally get to Age of Myth and then to the other one. But you know, the good thing is, while I don't read them, that means I still have more time left with these characters. So maybe that's what my brain is doing. It's like sabotaging me because it doesn't want to read them all yet. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't know if that's true though. Fourth Wing, which, oh my gosh, is one of my favorites so far this year. I have no shame in it. And if you enjoyed it, you shouldn't have shame either, no matter what other people say. Fourth Wing was amazing. I had a great time. Is it the best book ever written? No. Like, is it like, oh my god, this is top tier prose, excellent plotting, the best characters? No, but it was a fucking good time. I had fun. It's what I needed. It kept my attention. It kept me like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? And I don't know. I feel like I'm at a point where I don't have as much time to read, so there's gonna be less like deep thought, critical analysis for me. If I'm just liking it, I'm going with it. Now, obviously, I know that there may be some plot holes or maybe something that I don't care. If I don't notice it, I don't care. People can point out those things, and that could be valid, and that could be very true. And that could have hindered your experience. And I don't care. Because I thought it was great. It's 5 stars. For me, dragons, okay, we had angst, and little smutty times, and a hint of a slow burn, romance, and we've got like, is there war coming, and betrayal, and oh god, something's in my eye. A military school. It was all those ingredients added up to a 5-star read for me. I had a fucking great time. I need the sequel like yesterday. I cannot wait for it. I hope it's just as fun. And that's all I'm gonna say about it. There's no shame in my game. It was 5 stars. Thank you, Rebecca. I needed that. I will say though, to everyone who's trying to sell Fourth Wing, especially your regular ass edition with no kind of sprayed pages for more than the retail price, you're annoying. That's the nice version. You're annoying. Like, it has nothing special on it and you have it up for $60. What the fuck are you doing? To the person who buys it, what are you doing? What are you smoking? Anyway, I guess that's none of my business, but I had to say it anyway. But anyway, Fourth Wing, loved it. And then of course Yellowface by R. Kwong, which I was really excited about, and I really did enjoy that one. I do have a video, review for Fourth Wing, but also for Yellowface, and I can tag or link both of those. But yeah, Rebecca is she auto buy for me, dog. She's an auto buy and read for me, because surprisingly I have purchased and read all her books, which doesn't always happen. Some people I just be buying and I haven't read them. But loved it. It is definitely a unique piece of fiction. Everyone's not gonna like it, but I thought it was, I really enjoyed that. And then I think my last two that will be highlights are going to be Hostile Takeover by Christina C. Jones. So this is the #1, or the first one in her Blackwood Billions. I don't know if there's another book out in this yet, because this one's pretty new. It came out in April. But this was, okay, I think it just has this one book right now. This was a 5-star for me. So this story is this woman who's lost her mother, and her father, and like her brother, they own like a local grocery store in a predominantly black neighborhood, and it's very like important to them. It's been in the family for years and providing like, you know, fresh food to the community. And this guy who's a fucking billionaire, his family is, you know, owns all these different businesses, and one of them is this big chain of grocery stores, basically like a Whole Foods, and he is coming in trying to buy the business. And so of course she's like, fuck no, this is my family's business. And of course there's a very much like, I don't like you to love, and I was eating it up. My only qualm with the story was, of course, a very normal romance thing of him saying mine, and like, you're my person, you're my this, and I was like, oh. But oh, it was so good. Per usual, it's Christina C. Jones, so like everything's gonna be good. But this was amazing. I just wanted to keep reading it, and her characters always just feel so real to me. Their conversations feel real. It sounds like something I would hear my cousin saying or my friend saying. And this and of course she tied in like family and friend things. But what I love about Christina C. Jones that I feel like doesn't work for other authors, I'm gonna say Emily Henry as an example, is that there can be background things going on in a CCJ book, but they don't overshadow the romance. And I feel like that's just my personal thought on Emily Henry. Like, I want the romance to be the focus, and the other things are just like additions. And that's what I felt in this one. You need to read it. You'll just be like, oh, woo, you know, like that's what it was making me do. So great. And recently I finished The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic, and this is an advanced reader copy I got from NetGalley. Y'all, this book comes out in September. I got it from NetGalley like 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, and I already read it and wrote a review. That kind of turnaround is rare for me, but it was what I was in the mood for. It was another like cozy fantasy. My definition of cozy fantasy, which I'm working on a list to make a video of what like my definition is in the books that I would recommend, because I think everyone has like different definitions of what cozy fantasy is. But for me, so this one is set in a small town in California. Her family's been there for a long time. It's her and her grandmother. Her mother left, her brother left, and she has her best friend there. She's had her heart broken by someone who's left town. Her and her grandmother own a bakery together, so you know that was going to be a highlight for me. And they have their witches, so they have magic, and everyone's magic or their powers kind of manifest differently, and hers is like, she can really, like, they make all these different things at the bakery, and it'll be like, oh, this is a lavender and sugar cookie for good luck or something. Like, she can literally like put that into the food. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but the downside with their family's magic is that it comes with a curse. So like their powers come with a curse, and her curse is like she's doomed to have like 3 or 4 heartbreaks that are just like gonna destroy her. And so she's got one looming, and Yeah, so you get that. There's like a hint of romance. Like it's there, but it's not like, it's not a fantasy romance, you know. It's a fantasy with romance. But I love the relationship between her and her grandmother, her and her best friend. You get to see some other family members. I just love a good family story. All of the baking, and something that added to this was that at the end of every chapter there was a recipe. So some of the things that they were talking about, there was actually the recipe for them, and I saved like at least half of them because they sounded so good that I want to make. Some were for like baked things, some were like for like a certain tea recipe, a glaze. Like I was like, this is what I want when they're talking about food. I want the recipe. So I highly enjoyed this. I think if you liked stuff like the, what's that called? The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, this is definitely in that vein, and I had a great time with it. So those are my highlights. I feel like I was just giving you a wrap up, but maybe I did. My lowlights, my lows for the year: Spare by Prince Harry, not Harold. What the fuck? Prince Henry. I have a video on that. I'm not even gonna go into it here because this video will I'll just keep droning on, but not what I envisioned. And obviously it's a memoir, so it's like, Jessica, how dare you? But I dared, okay? Obviously House of Earth and Crust by Sarah Janet Moss. I have a video on that. It was like 500 pages too long. The characters are so bleh to me. All I remember is that Bryce wants to dance and Hunt has wings. That's it. And I know everyone is screaming excited about the third one and all the 19 editions that are coming out, but I don't care, so y'all can eat that up. I thought this story was so dumb. So that was a low. And then I guess I don't have a lot of lows because I DNF'd like so many things. Also, The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. I just realized Neil Gaiman is not the author for me. I just was like, his writing just doesn't work for me. So those were just kind of my lows. Oh, I guess my lowest actually would be Book Lovers. I don't know if I gave this a rating, but it's by Emily Henry. And again, I go back to, I feel like her stories, the side stories, what should be the side stories, take more precedent over the romance, and I just didn't feel any chemistry for these two. Her and her sister's issues I felt were bigger than any like a romance plot, and I just was like, ugh. So I've read 2 Emily Henry and I DNF'd another one, and I think I'm just done. I just need to be done. I think her covers are fun when they come out. It's exciting because they're all these different colors and people are excited, and I just need to realize that it's not for me. You know, other people are gonna have fun. I'm not gonna have a good time, so I just need to let those go. So, you know, I've read some really great things, just not as much, and it makes me sad because, you know, I miss reading. I will say, I'm trying to think of any of the questions from the mid-year thing, like a favorite character or something. The dragons from Fourth Wing, especially the main character, I can't remember names, Violet's dragons. Oh my god, I love so much. Yeah, the dragons talk. They're very smart. And her 2 dragons, definitely like my new favorite character. Can I say the worst is June, whatever her name is, from Yellowface. June Hayward, or Juno Song, whatever she changes her name to. The worst. One of the most insufferable, miserable characters I've ever had the misfortune of reading. My god, I wanted to slap her from the moment she came on the page. Absolute worst. So I've had a mix of well, not really a mix. It's mostly fantasy, some romance, fantasy, romance, fantasy, sci-fi, romance, fantasy, sci-fi. Okay, so I've read mostly fantasy, which is on brand for me. But I have so many books that I want to read, and I just have to get my brain to let me, and I obviously can't get to them all at one time. That's what I've read those are my highs and lows. And then if you didn't hear about any ones, they just aren't necessarily standouts. They're just like in the middle, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so much DNF that video is going to be interesting. But tell me how your reading year has gone. Have you had like an outstanding read that's just been like off the charts amazing, or has it been really meh? I've just been, I don't know. The books keep coming out, but collectively I'm like, we know the covers are getting better, but are the books getting better? I don't know. Whether we read one book a month, one book every couple of months, we're still readers, still part of the book community. We just don't have as many books to talk about. And it makes me sad, but it is what it is right now. I'm doing my best. So I don't know what I'm going to read next. I definitely think that I am in a hybrid mood read. Like, I need the audiobook to help me get through things because I just like can't focus my eyeballs on the words. But sigh. That is it for me checking in for the mid-year. I'm sorry, this wasn't a fun tag. It was just me babbling about books. Stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreened. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.